Essentially, the discussion behind the scenes here in Bournemouth is about two different paths and which one they go down. Is their best strategy a kind of Ed Davey like continuation of what they did in 2024, which emphasises being a local champion and nationally the message is being a safe alternative to the Tories? And that path could get you, some people think, from the record breaking 72 seats to maybe 100 plus, or whether or not you take a different path. You go really big and try and take advantage of that collapse in the Labour Party and the Tory Party, if that is what is really going on. And you completely go for something more radical, maybe even more left-wing, and go for 200 plus seats. This conference, this moment, that debate is the debate, a big debate that is happening in private, mostly among MPs. Now, Ed Davey's speech later today is pitched more at the first vision, the sort of incremental improvement, but insiders fully admit to me that they need to decide whether this is the strategy for the whole of the rest of this parliament up to the next election.
As you were talking about, it's like, where have I heard this before? I ever heard it before? And it actually worked out pretty well for a while, before it didn't, for the German Greens. You know, they went with the sort of go big or go home idea, and that was very much where they were when, particularly, into the era we've just passed now, the Scholz government. Habeck was leading the Greens, and they really did take from across the spectrum to basically to get pretty confident results. So it does mean that you know that strategy is not entirely unheard of for the smaller parties. It also, though, means you do have to take a close look at your leader. So I think what I'm interested in is there a path to the next election, which means that maybe it's a different leader from Ed Davey, the man in the spotlight today.
So in a very Lib Dem way, there are some MPs here in Bournemouth who answer yes, that is a debate that we should have about Ed Davey's future. And they point to the fact that actually this debate they think is very much underway. This wasn't noticed really at the time pretty much, but that was a bit of a warning to the leadership who just see the kind of diet of anti-Trump rhetoric and stunts as limiting their ceiling, and they just want something a bit more bold because that, after all, is why people get into politics.